This is episode 166 of the Focused Mindset Podcast. Welcome to this episode. I'm Cher Kretz, and this is the podcast where you learn how to approach your life with a solution-focused mindset. And for the next 4 days, we're going to spring into action. And I'm going to give you some bite-sized tidbits to make sure that you can have exactly what you need to be your best self, not only in the next moment, but in the next season to come. And don't forget to jump over to the website, thefocusedmindset.com, to learn about our products and services. And I'm always going to leave all of our helpful links in the show notes, including my Instagram and all the places that we can chat. And if you picked up your copy of 30 Days to Higher Hopes, that is the writing journal that I created just for you, because I know that you want your journaling experience to be rich and exciting and help you towards your preferred future. So hop over to Amazon and get your copy of 30 Days to Higher Hopes today. Although it is important to set goals in some situations, we don't really talk much about goal setting. We talk about planning, we talk about purpose, we talk about intention, we talk about our preferred future. But the word goals is strangely eliminated from most of the conversations, but that is on purpose. You see, solution-focused has never been a goal-oriented social science. It hasn't been a way that the solution-focused counselors approach to say, set a bunch of goals and then come back and see if you met those goals. And recently I was pondering why. And I think it's because we as humans need to live in a place of peace and happiness in order to live a fulfilled life. Many times, when we set a goal and we're working to achieve it, if we fall short, causes a huge amount of anxiety. I feel as though without very careful care with our goal setting, we can actually cause anxiety in our life rather than help us be productive, which is really the goal. Well, let's be productive. Let's make things happen. But I wonder, how can we do that with a fresh perspective, being able to look at it with a solution-focused lens? And that is by saying we're working towards our highest hope each and every day. What might that be? Sometimes it just looks like getting outside and getting fresh air. Sometimes it looks like hustling and getting down to business and working. Whatever it is, it's not based on the anxiety of seeking after and attaining one specific goal. It's about reaching towards a self that we want to be because we were meant to be that. And being aware of the fact that problems are all around us, and we can accept those problems and say, now, what do we need to do today to be our best self, to be the person that is living for the hopes in our life rather than living for the fear? You see, if we are sitting around and saying, what's the next goal that we're going to reach? And then we fail in that goal, I have seen people take months of their very critical time in their life recovering from that goal that they did not reach. But all of these factors are going on in life that also affect that goal. You see, if somebody is, we'll say, in a relationship and they're working towards the goal of marriage, that is a wonderful goal, right? But the trouble is that one person with that goal of marriage is not going to be able to control the other person and how they feel and how that relationship's evolved. You can't tell in the future what problems might emerge or what unreconcilable differences might happen. So if we're just simply goal-oriented, then the goal will be the main objective, and nothing around us that we're experiencing will be anything but, it will be like second best. It will be like, no, we haven't reached the goal yet. But I think the journey towards whatever we like to accomplish is so critical. It's so important for us to enjoy the moments in our life. It's the reason why back when my mother got in a car accident and I was driving home one day that I had an epiphany that we need to really think about the vibes that we bring into each and every room, each and every place. And I thought of an acronym for the word vibes that I still live by today. I still use in my journaling. V stands for values. I strive to be true to my values. I stands for be interested. It's the curiosity of life, the wonder of life. B stands for boldness. Being aware of what's going around me and being willing to be bold when necessary. E stands for enjoy the journey. And S stands for always be willing to start again. I want to revisit this in this special episode because I think that many times we get mixed up wondering, what's our next goal? What's our next goal? And many times people will question me as to why solution focused isn't a goal-oriented practice, especially when we know that hope and hope theory right now talks a lot about how we should have a goal in our life and how it energizes us. I'm not discounting the fact that goals are important. I realize that. I just think that if we are only valuing our worth based on a goal that we have, we're missing the big picture. We're missing the journey. We're missing the joy that comes in each and every step of the way. In a relationship that we have, going back to the analogy of someone who's in a relationship and they're working towards marriage, they're also having experiences all along the way. What about people that are now co-parenting because their relationship fell apart? Sometimes a child can carry a sense of doom with them because they feel so awful about their parents' relationship falling apart. Sometimes parents can walk around with a guilt, just a huge amount of guilt because they couldn't keep their relationship together and now their child is living in that way. Even though we know that all of our families look different and we know that children's confidence is not based on one relationship falling apart or not. There's many factors to confidence. We find ourselves in a place of regret. Why? Because the goal that we set out for that marriage was not accomplished. Single parents, I want you to be able to know that you are whole and complete exactly where you are at right now. The journey that you're on is what matters. You can let go of any negative feeling that you might have, and you can give your child the ability to let go as well through your attitude of saying, we're going to enjoy our life. The E in vibes, we're going to enjoy every moment. And the fact that a relationship fell apart or isn't exactly the way you expected it to be, well, that is a lesson on how life is. There's our ups and our downs. There's our highs and our lows. There's always going to be that rhythm of life. Life is 50-50. You've heard me say it before. And when we embrace that fully, then we realize that even though we have goals in our life, we're not living for our goals. We're living for the journey. We're living to enjoy these moments, to take them in, to see what we're learning from them, and to be able to have us again look at our preferred future many times throughout our life and say, what am I looking forward to becoming in the next season of my life, as we've been talking about? I would like you today to look at your future in an entirely new way. When we look at it with a solution-focused mindset, we're saying there are problems that happen, but that is not what we're dwelling on. There are goals that we didn't reach. There are things that didn't go as planned. Rather than being so shocked by it and allowing it to have us feel like we're a failure, can you and can I accept that journey and say, okay, how can I take my next step forward towards the preferred future that I see in front of me? If I have a goal, how can I walk towards that while I enjoy, while I accept that it might not work out exactly as planned, and nonetheless, I am going to walk forward with confidence because this life is worth living in spite of goals that don't turn out as planned. And when some do, yes, we celebrate. But you know what? We can celebrate every step that we take. We can celebrate even in the midst of something not going right because we can celebrate our journeys. And I was pondering that today because I know that as we walk through our life, that you, like me, might be tempted to beat ourselves up for something that didn't get done. And that only makes things all muddied up and messed up in our head. And rather than that, let's take a minute to let go of the things that we cannot change and embrace the steps that we're going to take in front of us. There's some big, bold things that you're going to be doing in life, some big, important steps that you need to take, and you will be most prepared to take them when you are focused on the journey rather than the destination. That's not to mean that you don't have the destination written down. When we journal, we write down what we want to do. All of those things are important. But when we're solution focused, it's not a goal-oriented method of counseling. And it shouldn't be a goal-oriented way that we approach life. We have goals, but we don't live and die by our goals because sometimes we're going to experience disappointment. We're going to experience doubt. We're going to experience things not going our way. And we want to be able to even enjoy those moments. I want you to consider how you can walk forward towards your best hopes. And I know that you'll find joy in your journey. Thank you for being with me today. I hope that you find hope in your very next steps that you take, even today, even right now, wherever you're at. Do it with intention and do it with a smile on your face. And until next time, live solution focused. Before you go, don't forget to check the show notes where I'm going to leave the links to my social media and the different places you can find me. And I want to invite you to be a part of my email community. It's absolutely free, and this year I'm doing so much writing and so much reflecting, and I want to send things directly to you. I send the special notes to my email community, and you can email me right back. You have a direct line to ask me questions without any barriers of a website or anything. Check the show notes for that link or go to thefocusedmindset.com, and if you click on getting the journal prompts, you also automatically are able to be a part of my community. And if you're interested in supporting this program, there's 3 ways to do it. 1, make sure you're following this program so it comes up as one of your favorites. 2, share it either on your social media or with someone you love straight to their email. And the 3rd is to leave a review, and I love reading those. By supporting this program, we're helping people be solution focused. See you next week.